Natural flow Qigong shares the same origin with the artifacts found at the archaeological site of the Wunan province. It has 18 moves. Every 3 dynamic moves lead to one restful move. That is, the pattern of the exercise will be active and inactive juxtapositions. Now the first move. We raise the arms to the level of the shoulder. Breathe in when pushing forward. And then breathe out when sinking the arms. When breathing in, stretch the fingers. Absorb the qi into the body. When breathing out, imagine that the qi is integrating with the body. Every finger is associated with certain sinus. The thumb is the outlet of the lung sinus. The index finger is the large intestine. The mid finger relates to the heart muscle. The ring finger is the 3 entrance. The little finger is both the heart and the small intestine sinuses. When we open and close our fingers, we stimulate the associated sinuses. With the 6 sinuses, we also excite other parts of our body. I will repeat every move from 8 to 9 times. But at home, you can determine how many repeats based on your time. When pushing out, breathe in. Now, the second move. Remain in the breathe in position while stretching. Now the arm is lowered and breathe out. And when expanding the fingers, breathe in. Tighten when breathe in. Relax when breathe out. In this breathing exercise, you have to maintain to be light, quiet, harmonized, prolonged, and slow. The aim of Qigong is to calibrate your mind, your respiration, and your body. Calibrate the mind, we eliminate disquiet thoughts for emotional and cognitive stability. The quietness of the mind can strengthen our potentials. Calibrate the respiration. We maintain low oxygen consumption by quietly breathing in and out. Calibrate the body. We allow ourselves to relax and move naturally. Now see, the gesture is very relaxed. Now what's special about this set of exercise is that we seek the maximum stimulation through very relaxing moves. Now lower the arms and bend down the knees. In the first and second moves, there is no rise and fall actions. In the third move, we have rise and fall action through bending the knees. We imagine that our hands are holding a very light but very big balloon. Hold it up when breathing in. Put it down when breathing out. The movements of the hand should be in the same rhythm with the action of the legs. In other words, the legs lead the action. Do not let the bending of the knees influence the rest of the body. The body needs to remain restful and quiet. Now, bend the knees. Breathe out all the air. Now, breathe in fully when the arms go up. In all the moves of this exercise, we breathe in through our nose, but we breathe out through the mouth. When we breathe out, we shape our mouth differently to create different kinds of stimulation. For instance, in the moves 1, 2, 3, and the 5th, 6th, and the 7th, we breathe in with our nose. But when we breathe out, we can shape the mouth as we are pronouncing the letter C, like A, B, C. In pronouncing the C, we need to release our tongue. Usually when we are practicing Qigong, we keep the tip of the tongue touching the gum behind the upper teeth. But now, when we breathe out in this exercise, we release the tongue. Now, C, we are not really making the sound. We are just using the muscle of the mouth to keep the slowness and lightness of the respiration. So don't make any C sound, we are just using the C mouth shape. Now we switch to the 4th move. We turn to restfulness. It is like posting a gesture. In this move, we put the arm and the mid finger to form a straight line. Keep the index finger at the highest position. The mid finger is therefore at a lower position. The ring finger will be lower than the mid finger, which keeps the little finger in the lowest position. Stretch out the thumbs as much as possible. It will be good if you can have enough space for an orange between the thumb and the index finger. And we just stand there. Now how about the way we breathe? We just breathe naturally. And what should we be thinking about? Nothing. Oh, I can't do it. Then think of the ball of the feet, the belly button, or simply flow with the respiration. The more you bend your knee, the more intense the exercise. They usually keep the knee parallel with the toe will be the midway. Now breathe in. We are doing a transition move now. Bend down again, breathe out, go back down, relax. Relax. Now the 5th move. Breathe in. Make circle with the arms until the palms touch each other, and then bend down the knees. Breathe out. Again, we use C mouth shape to breathe out. In, touch palms, and C. Bend down. The up and down motion of the legs leads the movements of the hands and the breathing action. In, eagle flies. Out, the eagle lands. When breathing in, the whole body expands. Now touch palms. See whole body shrink. Indeed, we are not only breathing with our lungs, we breathe with our whole body. See out. When the hands are up, try to keep them as far back as possible. This way will allow more stimulation of our back. But when the arms fall, of course we have to move forward. Note that we must do the exercise as relaxingly as possible. The more relaxed you are, the more you can stretch your body. In and see. Now look, my knees are just parallel with my toes. In. See. Bend down. And then in. See. And then in again. It is like driving. The first cycle of breathing in and out, you use the forward drive, and then in the second circle, we use the reverse drive. Out. While the fifth move includes 2 cycles of breathing, the sixth move also contains 2 cycles. Now breathe in fully and lightly. Breathe out when the hands are closed. And breathe out when the direction is reversed. When the hands reach the ears, push out slowly. Breathe out. See again. According to Chinese medicine, the sea is good for the lungs. Our lungs are not fully used. Many cells and muscles lack stimulation. For the people who have weak lungs, the sea mouth shape is helpful. Therefore, we choose the sea for the first, second, third, fifth, sixth, and the seventh move in this demonstration. Note that every cycle consists of 1 breath in and 1 breath out. The breath out has to take longer than breath in. Longer breath out, according to both Eastern and Western medicine, can help lower blood pressure and allow our parasympathetic nervous system to take charge. This effect will harmonize our internal secretion. For example, if you have headburn, this exercise can help. The breathing regulation can also slow down our heart rate. Therefore, when we practice Qigong, we want to breathe our breathing out longer than our breathing in. Say if we have 100%, we breathe out for about 55 to 60%, and when we breathe in, we take only about 45 to 40% of the time. Now, inhale, exhale. Hey, my movement is too fast, is it? How can I do it longer? Well, slow down your movement. Use your speed to regulate the speed of your breath. Now, in, we imagine that we are a bud of flower waiting to bloom. Now, inhale, we imagine that we are holding a ball. Now we are switching to the seventh move. The sixth and the seventh moves are also good for people who suffer in shoulder pain. We keep on moving and turning the shoulder. We can either imagine that we are holding a ball in our hands, or we can imagine that we are holding some chi, and we exercise our shoulder. Breathe in, rise. Breathe out, fall. When we practice Qigong, we need faith, determination, and duration. Faith is primary to Qigong practice. Faith in the teacher, faith in the effect of the exercise. With faith, we can keep on practicing. Any Qigong exercise can be good for you only if you have faith, determination, and duration. Now, we are switching to the eighth move, which may be called ball embracing. We need to curve our limbs, but do not twist them. The joint between the thumb and the index finger should be brought to the same level of the underarm. The knees will be parallel with the tip of the toes. If you want to increase the intensity of the exercise, you may bend your knees farther. But it must not be done irregularly. You bend down slowly until you want to change, then you rise. Now we are doing the second half of the eighth move. It may be called ball pushing. Previously, we are embracing the ball. And now in ball pushing, do not move your elbows, only the palm moves. Now, the ninth move, push. Push in circular movements and exhale. When we move back, inhale. We change the shape of our mouth to fu when we put F-O-O, fu when we breathe out. Well, what's good about it? The full mouth shape is good for the spleen. And why are the fingers ejecting like this? This is to expel the qi of illness. One of the special character of this exercise lies in its use of illness ejection. Eject. Breathe in. The C shape is beneficial to the lungs, and fu is good for the spleen. Now we move to the 10th move. In the 10th move, we repeat up to 15 times of bending up and down. We use the hands to pull our body down as if they were weights. Now we may change our mouth shape to Ho. Ho is good for the heart. Now we must bend gradually. Each time bend lower than the next time. In the first Ho, we bend down the body lightly. And then in the second time, we bend a little more. And in the fifth time, we will bend quite low. Yeen. Now this is this Ho, as if a large weight pulling you down from your hand. The back, while you are bending down, the back must be kept straight, like an ironing board. Ho. Breathe in. Ho. Silently. Up. The back and the neck are all in one straight line. Now we are doing the 10th repeat. Breathe in. Ho. The third cycle of 5 times of bending. It's like as we are pushing everything out. Do not bend the knees too. We are keeping the 2 legs straight as well. Ho. You may say, I cannot bend too much. If you can't, do not try too hard. Just do what you can. If I can touch the ground, make it so. But if I cannot, I will do my best. There was no competition. Now in, slowly spread the elbows, Ho, close. Now we are turning to the 11th move. Relax your hands and bring them to your face. Rise when you breathe in. And when you go down, breathe out with a Hui mouth shape. The 2 hands turn, breathe in, go up. In the previous move, the 2 hands spread out, and in this move, we bring them together. When we move up, we can also expel your cheese. Breathe in, move inward. Since the heel will be raised, you can put your hands towards your back to balance the body. Breathe in, rise. And breathe out, Hui. Breathe in, spread the arms. And make a right angle. Hui. Now what is good about Hui? It is good for the liver. Hui. Every time you rise, the heels have to rise too. Only use the palms of the feet to support the body. In. Rise the heel, exhale, Hui. The prolonged backward movement can allow the sinus of the bladder to flow smoothly. Well, we're turning to the 12th move. In the 12th move, the knees remain bent. The position of the arms is like ball embracing that we did earlier, but this time the palms of the hand will face outward. You may imagine that somebody is throwing a ball at you on the 3rd floor of the other side of the street. We may call this gesture ball receiving. In the 4th move, we had ball holding. In the 8th move, we had ball embracing. In the second half of the 8th move, we had ball pushing. And now we have ball receiving. All these gestures can be called stand-up Qigong. The lower you bend your knees, the greater the level of exercise. How long should I stand? It depends on your need. Usually, about 1 to 3 minutes for every move are good enough to stimulate the body. The 13th move is called the cross because in the end of the move, our arms and legs will form a cross. A cross means that the arm and the body will form a horizontal line while the legs stay straight. When you're turning and falling backward, breathe in. Tighten the muscles of your arms at this point. When you breathe out, use the hey mouth shape this time. Hey is good for the 3 entrances. In, hey. Now, what are the 3 entrances? The entrance to the stomach is the upper entrance. The stomach's exit is the middle entrance. The entrance of the bladder is the lower entrance. Hey is good for the 3 entrances sinus. The turning of the hands is used to increase the tension of the muscles. Now, in, we form the cross. Out, hey, in. What are you doing now? I'm returning. Do not stop suddenly. Keep moving. Okay. In, hey. We come to the 14th move. In the 14th move, we keep the center of the right leg and the left leg to make the body move up. We breathe out with the mouth shape chui. In, breathe in, and chui. The hand that is bent throws the chi to the other hand, like throwing the chi and then catch it from the other side of the hand. The breathe in should be longer, as long as 3/4 of the time, and when you're chui, it's only 1/4 of the time. We raise the heel and do it naturally. Now see it from the front. In, chui, in, and chui. Now what's good for chui about chui? Chui is good for the kidney. Hui is good for the liver. Spring will be good for this practice. Ho is good for the heart. It belongs to the summer. Fu is good in all seasons. Si is best for autumn, and Chui is for the winter. The 15th move is once again 15 times of rise and fall. Move the right hand outward. When the hand lies horizontally, breathe out and use Fu. The 7th, 8th, and the 9th times will be the lowest. Do not lean forward while bending down. Maintain balance in the middle. When you need to use Hui, your eyes will reflect the need. Too much eye secretion is a sign of unhealthy liver. Ho is for the heart. The heart's condition is reflected on the tongue. If the spleen is not well, the mouth will feel bitter. The nose reflects the lung. In autumn, for instance, the nose feels dry. When we do the 13th rise, we will slow down as much as possible. Somebody who walks by will not be noticed that you are moving. That will be the most perfect. Well, we will change to another move. When we are changing, our right hand will be turning inward, while the left hand will move outward. And now, turn back. The standard is to have the circle of the right hand to line up with the heart, and the one of the left hand with the belly button. The palm of the right hand will be face to face with the palm of the left hand. And we call this the mark of 3. 3 fingers will point at the sky, and another 3 will point to the east. At this point, the 2 palms should sense the existence of qi between them. You may feel that the qi can move along with your hands. Do not close the gap of your underarm. The lower you stand, the better. Now the 16th move. It may be called a 3D yin-yang sign. It has to move so slow that when somebody passes by, he or she should not see that you are moving. When the move is complete, the 2 palms should be facing the ground. Now, facing the ground, and then continue. Slowly. Now this is a kind of demonstration, so I'm doing it a little faster. Now in the 17th move, we may call it ball carrying. The space between the index finger and the thumb will be parallel with the underarm. If you have a strong feeling of qi at this point, that means your practice is matured. Now how long should I stand? Well, you can do it as long as 15 to 30 minutes. But now I will speed up. We move to the 18th move. 3 times of circulation and respiration. Breathe in. in, ho, and in, si. Now count again, in, turn down, si, move by the feet, in, ho, in again, si, in, bend down, si, or in. You can choose ho to breathe out. In, si. Now we have completed all 18 moves of the natural flow Qigong, and we'll spend some time to do a little bit of post exercise relaxation. We warp the eyebrow 9 times. It's like flexing massage. Now we rub the temples 9 times. And under the eyes 9 times too. And the nose 9 times. And use the thumb. Why 9 times? Well, as much as you want, it's just a number we choose. Now, the bridge of the nose, the face, 9 times. And then the neck, 9 times. And when you are doing the face, apply force only when the hand moves outward, and don't do it inward. Or otherwise, the exercise will induce wrinkles in your face. Now the ear, and then we press the ear. Now we beat the back of our head, and then with the tip of the finger, and then our body, and you rub the hands